Welcome back, and Moltrap is here doing the final game of Arena MSL Group B. The very, very final game. I'm going to go ahead and spoil everything so far, so if you haven't seen what's happened so far, then stop it. Stop the thing there. Stop listening and watching, probably. So, we got the first game, free cheese much. That was suck. Okay, the second game, we got... Actually, no, that was the second game. The first game was a relatively long game with JangBi coming out on top and over Anytime. The losers match, much convincingly beat Anytime in a quick little timing rush. The winners match, Free somehow beat JangBi. I'm not sure how. Although, that's because, basically... I've been talking up JangBi a lot, how good he's been playing lately, but mostly his strong suit is versus Terran. He's been owning versus Terran a lot, so maybe I overestimated his versus Protoss skills because I've been watching him play versus Terran so much lately. Yeah. Anyway, that's something to think about. So this is the final match between Much and JangBi, and wow, both of these guys have been playing excellently, and both of these guys deserve to go on. One of these guys is going to lose, and it's going to suck for them and for all of us to not have the loser in the tournament, because these are both great players. And both of these guys played actually a few days ago in the Pro League. Go check. You might want to go check that out first if you got plenty of time, because that was an awesome game, and I won't. Well, I guess I'll have to spoil it again, actually. But basically, JangBi won that game in spectacular fashion. He just out-microed and just generally kind of barely outplayed Much. I say barely. It was a convincing win, but I mean, Much didn't come out behind in very many of the battles, basically. But JangBi somehow managed to get a little bit of an expansion up and managed to pull out the win. But JangBi, both these players have just had excellent, just freaking ridiculous micro lately. Just ridiculous. And it's, yeah, I mean, if they're both on top of their game, it's going to be even closer than it was before, because I think Much just somehow was not quite on the very 100% top of his micro, and JangBi was that game, and JangBi was just able to pull it out because of that. And as fate would have it, that game was actually on this map. Actually, a little bit about the map first, real quick. This map is Othello, and like I said, this is the map that they actually played on the other day. And basically, it's a pretty standard spawn for the most part. You've got your main base, and then you've got a little ramp down to a natural. But the tricky thing is that there's also these ridges behind everyone's natural expansion. Very easy to drop on top of those ridges. And in fact, during that game that they played in the Pro League the other day, JangBi was up here, and Much actually dropped some Dragoons back here and was able to severely interfere with JangBi's mineral mining during that game. Sometimes this little artifact here, the neutral building, comes into play occasionally. It gets in the way sometimes. And if it turns into an extremely long game, again, there's these things on top that you can land on that are behind the mineral, the expansions there. And those are something to look out for as well if it turns into a really long game. But again, it's usually more of an issue when there's Terrans involved. And so since there's no Terrans in this all-Protoss group, it might not be so much of an issue. But again, might be something to watch out for, these ridges back here. The little gap behind the ridge, you can fit Zealots through there, but not Dragoons. So that's something to think about as well. We'll see if any of that plays into this match at all. And by the way, I forgot to mention that JangBi is going to be the brown Protoss in the top left of the map, and Much is going to be the white Protoss in the bottom right of the map. And I'm so excited about this game, especially after watching the Pro League game. I mentioned it again. I mentioned it before, but I'm mentioning it again. I'm expecting this to be just absolutely crazy. I'm hoping it turns into a long, epic game because it would be just ridiculous. And hopefully we see a little Reaver on Reaver action this game, because we haven't seen any of that. This whole set, we haven't really seen much Reaver action. in general, and when there has been Reavers, there haven't been like Reaver on Reaver very much, except for maybe one battle, I think. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of that. I was figuring that this whole set would basically be a show of all the different PvP, but it's been relatively both unusual and repetitive at the same time. Unusual in the fact that there usually is Reavers going on, but it's been a little... Oh, that was weird. My video lagged. Sorry, so that threw me off. So yeah, that wasn't just you. My video lagged too. But yeah, there's been a lot of just kind of ground force on ground force action without many Reavers going in the mix. Usually you'll see you know, a big army, and then shuttles will come up and they'll have 2 Reavers in the shuttle and they'll duke it out there. And then you get to see beautiful scarabs crossing back and forth, and people trying to pick up their Reavers to escape scarabs, and people trying to target the shuttle, and that sort of thing. And that's what we saw in these two guys' game in the Pro League the other day. But we haven't seen much of that so far this set. But I mean, it's still been great, don't get me wrong. It's been great so far, and I'm still looking forward to this match as well. They are in cross positions, so it's going to be a longer drive out to the other person's base, and that might play into things as far as any pushes that are made. If someone falls back to their base, they're going to have a few more troops come out before they have to engage. Again, shuttle speed might be a favorable upgrade in this game because of the fact that you might need to go and attack and then really quickly run your Reavers back to defend. That's just some things to think about as well. And my video is stopped again, which is very, very strange. I don't know why my video would actually just stop working, because I'm not streaming this, it's a VOD. So, okay, that's really weird. Okay, so it's back now, and I'm sorry again about that, but it looks like JangBi's pushing in here a little bit, trying to put a little pressure on Much. Much has way too many forces for him, though. He's got extra Dragoons and an extra Zealot, and he's going to force him back there. But JangBi already has his Templar out. JangBi's gone very, very quickly to Templar. I didn't even realize, I mean, I saw the Templar Archives going down, but for some reason it just didn't dawn on me. I saw the robotics facility going down, and I guess I figured that he'd be just going for a little bit longer build with a Templar job. But oh, Observer's out. He has Observers out, but his army, Much is moving out with his army now, with the Observer as well, but he sees those little shapes moving, and he's bringing back his army with those Observers there, but he's not gotten anything on the ramp to stop that, and he's going to have to do something here. He's gonna lose some probes. You can see it on his face. Much is like, oh crap, I'm going to lose probes. And he shuffles some probes around, but he's already lost 2-3 probes to just that one Templar. The other one, ooh, sneaky other one, Ninja Templar hiding in the back, knowing that, yeah, it's a very, very smart move on his part, on JangBi's part, to split up his Templar so that only one or the other would die. And so that other one is hiding there, and venturing in. I think he should wait for an opening later on, because now he's moving. Oh, he saw that again. He saw this force moving in, and he's going to be able to get back behind that little choke point there. And like I said, the Dragoons can't fit back there. So Much is either he's going to send his Observer over there, so he sees that there. He's going to send in, no, bring your Observer back. There he goes. There he goes. His Observer almost overshot. So it looks like he's going to try and send in those Zealots to pick it off. And in the meantime, JangBi coming in with Dragoons to try and harass at the front, harass his main army while he's distracting him with their beautiful coordination by JangBi. And his one Zealot goes down, though, and looks like Much is just going to be able to barely take this out. Neither player focus firing extremely well there. And JangBi attacking in the front all the while. He's running his Dark Templar around in circles. And that Dark Templar has gotten out, and all of Much's Dragoons are in front. No, never mind. I'm sorry. His Dragoons are back there again. And he's using them as a little wall. Very, very nicely done by Much. Excellent. Jesus, both these players' micros just hideously great. This is going to be crazy. JangBi pushing in and just taking a few pot shots. JangBi is doing very, very well at keeping up some pressure on Much. And you can see that JangBi actually expanded right when he started this pressure. So good on Much for managing to expand even while this pressure was being put on him there. Much has gone a different tech tree, obviously, than JangBi. And this could be very bad for JangBi, honestly. JangBi, he's gone for those Templar. The Templar have not done a terrible amount of damage. He's taken out a total of a few probes, and Much was just way too slick to be distracted by those Templar. So